What up, Fantasy Football Hustler, back at ya. And oh yeah, Fantasy Football Commissioners Academy, it has come to an end. You made it through. You made it all the way through. Hopefully you learned something along the way. Now, I got 3 styles of leagues that I'm going to be breaking down for you guys who really want to dabble in some custom leagues. We got auction style drafts, which aren't too custom, but I just want to break it down a little bit more than I have in the past. And then we got vampire leagues, and then we got guillotine leagues. So let's get into this. Let's jump into the auction style drafts. Auction style drafts. Now, after the draft, everything is just like it is in a normal league. But with the auction draft, the draft is totally different. It's not like a snake draft where you get a predetermined order and you're drafting in a certain spot. No. The way an auction draft works is whoever picks first, it almost doesn't even matter who picks first. They nominate a player. Doesn't have to be Christian McCaffrey. It could be anybody. Let's say they nominate a wide receiver first, like Allen Robinson. Then right off the bat, everybody gets to bid however much they want within the budget. Budget usually starts off with about $200, and whoever ends up winning, Allen Robinson, goes on their team. And it just keeps going and going. It's a little bit of a process compared to a normal snake draft, so it's going to last you a little bit longer. You got to plan for that, but it is way more fun. I mean, everybody has a chance to get Christian McCaffrey. Everyone has a chance to get Dalvin Cook. Everyone has a chance to get Patrick Mahomes. That's the coolest thing about it, is everyone builds their team a little bit different as far as strategy goes. I mix in IDP with the auction league that I have, so it's pretty awesome. Like, things change when you start mixing in more positions. Make it a super flex. You'll definitely see things change. Super flex is where you can start 2 quarterbacks. So it's really just all about the draft. The one cool thing about it, the platforms, they do everything for you. So you don't have to worry about, oh, am I gonna run out of money or whatever. You're always gonna have enough money to fill your roster. But it's gonna get down to the point where if you spend all your money, you don't have anything to bid. You're only gonna be able to bid $1. And after everyone kind of spends their money, then it kind of starts going round robin where everyone nominates a player for $1. If you are the person who keeps a couple dollars towards the end, you're going to be the person who gets to snipe a couple players at the end. So make sure, the analogy I use is, don't blow your load too early. Make sure you save a couple bucks for later in the draft. That is for sure. Second half of the draft is just as important as the first half of the draft. Everybody likes to go real top heavy, but you got to be careful doing that because you got to fill your entire team. And that's all I got to say about auction leagues. Really just all about a different draft, and then everything after the draft, exactly the same. Now, how about vampire leagues? All right, so myself, it was probably like 2017 or 18 where I heard Matthew Berry kind of talk about vampire leagues on their podcast. I started one after that, and it was pretty fun. I had to adjust the rules a little bit along the way, because the original way that I've heard that the vampire leagues work is it's usually a 10-team league. 9 teams draft. The vampire does not draft, and the vampire's team is made up of free agents only, and the vampire is the only one who can actually do moves. No pickups for anybody else, no trades, no nothing like that. Whoever you draft, that is your squad. Now, I've kind of adjusted the rules a little bit to make it where week 5 through 15, every team other than the vampire gets 1 pickup. Yahoo, it kind of allows the custom work a little bit more than others. I've heard of these other leagues where it's like everybody gets waivers every single week and all that. That's not a real vampire league. So if you play in a league like that, where if you're not the vampire and you can do like more than 1 pickup, every single week, like, that's not a real vampire league. It's totally defeating the purpose of the league. It's the vampire supposed to be the one who gets pretty much access to all the free agents. Yeah, make sure you are in a league that limits the moves, and vampire should really be the only one who has free reign of moves. So I've started 3 vampire leagues this year. Pretty freaking awesome. I'd recommend starting one off. I mean, you have to have a dedicated commissioner. You need to be a dedicated commissioner to do a league like this. So don't start it if you're just going to do it half-assed, like what I hear about some of these vampire leagues out there. Now, another one of my favorite formats is a guillotine league. This is freaking crazy. There's 17 weeks of the season, and there is 18 teams that are in this league. Week 17, that's when the last 2 teams go up against each other. So every single week, the lowest scoring team of the league gets chopped. their players go back into the free agent pool and everyone has a chance to pick them up. So if the guy who has Patrick Mahomes' team loses, boom, right back in there. The guy who has like Saquon Barkley, if their team loses, boom, he is going back into the free agent pool. It is crazy. So usually it's a fab budget because you got to bid because everyone's going to want these players who come up. In the league that I created, I did $1,000 fab budget. So when some of these big name players go there, you know that people are going to want to jump at them. It's just a fun concept, and it is ultimate survival. You can't be the lowest team scoring in any week. You literally can't be that guy or you're getting chopped. So anywhere else, it's not head to head. I mean, it's going up against everybody. Really fun format. Really fun waiver wires because you actually get to pick up guys that are like, 100% drafted. It's freaking awesome, and I recommend getting into one of those leagues. You can do it on Sleeper. That's where I'm doing this league. Super, super fun. Alrighty, guys, that wraps up the Fantasy Football Commissioners Academy. I hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be something every single year that I'm going to be sharing, maybe little tweaks here and there. These custom leagues, they are so much fun. Get out of the norm. Get out of the 1 QB vanilla leagues with kicker and team defense only. Make sure you spice it up a little bit. Get into another league. Like, it is not hard. It is super fun. Make sure you do it. If you're not following me on YouTube, smash the follow button. If you're not subscribed on every podcast out there, go subscribe, Fantasy Football Hustler. And make sure you leave a 5-star review on Apple. I really appreciate it. Make sure you leave your name in there and I'll give you a shout out on one of the next shows. We got a bunch of live streams coming with live drafts this week, all types. It's going all the way until next Wednesday. And the live streams are going to be starting with questions and answers here pretty soon. So get ready because you already know I get back by answering questions more than anybody in the fantasy community. And I'm very, very excited to kick it off. See you next video, guys. Peace out.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother.
Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Yeah.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So the hustle, ladies and homies, make money, money.
It's hard out here for a pill. When they tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find the things in my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.